Hi everyone, it's me again, VA Jessie, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. And my name is VA Jessie, and this channel talks about work from home tips, sales and phone skills improvement, and anything related to virtual assistants. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for you to always be updated whenever I release a new video. And today we are going to talk about how to become a real estate ISA. I know I've already uploaded a video like this in the past, but this one's totally different because the one I uploaded before was about how to become a real estate cold caller for a wholesaler or an investor. For this one, it's mainly talking about real estate ISA for brokers or for realtors. Okay, I've actually uploaded something similar to this, which is about calling expired listings. But now I thought of creating this training and I'm going to break down in the simplest way possible everything there is to know about real estate ISA. So let's begin. But before we get started, let's talk about what it really means to become a real estate ISA, or in a nutshell, what is a real estate ISA? So this is my definition of what is a real estate ISA. Just an FYI, I have been a real estate ISA for almost 8 years now. I work for different realtors and brokers like Keller Williams, um, Christie's Real Estate in New Jersey and New York. I worked for Berkshire Hathaway and many other real estate firms. And that's the reason why I thought of sharing what I know about it. So if you are someone who's good at making outbound calls or good with appointment setting, this could be a niche that you might want to consider. Okay, I actually have different a different video discussing the benefits of becoming a real estate ISA, and I'd like you to go ahead and watch that before watching this one. Okay, so for me, a real estate ISA is an inside sales agent. Okay, that focuses on working with brokers or teams to engage in general prospecting to help with lead generation. The focus tasks will help a realtor acquire more listings and buyer agreements. Therefore, the ISA helps them close more deals. Okay, so bottom line, your job as a real estate ISA is to help them get more potential listings and buyer appointments, or basically help them get more deals. Okay, we're going to break it down. We're going to break down the tasks for you later on so you would be able to understand the different responsibilities of a real estate ISA. Okay, but take note, I won't be able to actually um, create all of these videos all together, so we're going to have to I might do different set of videos for this. Now let's begin. So if you're a real estate ISA, your job description and tasks basically would be the following. Now, take note that there are other real estate work or real estate jobs that do not include calls. Okay, so they focused more on helping the team with the marketing or helping the team with uploading some listings, or basically helping them out with non-voice tasks. Okay, skip tracing, marketing, postings on social media, etc. And that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the real estate ISA work, which involves calling. Right now, if that would be your project, or if that's the task assigned to you, these are your job responsibilities. Okay, first, of course, one of the job responsibilities is to prospect and cold call, right? So as a real estate ISA, your main, okay, focus is to prospect and cold call leads to acquire potential listing or buyer agreements. Okay, so basically, it could be acquiring leads from online sources or incoming inquiries, but mainly it is going out there and dialing a list of phone numbers and trying to convince them to meet with your realtor. Okay, that is why when realtors look for a candidate to do this, they are looking for someone with strong selling skills or strong personality when they're on the phone. Okay, they have to be someone who has the ability to go through different objections in order to get the goal, okay, of acquiring an appointment for the agent. So basically, that's the first task is to prospect and cold call. The next responsibility is, of course, before you set the appointment, you have to pre-qualify the lead. Okay, so this means that you are going to ask a few questions to ensure that they would be a fit for your realtor, that it wouldn't be a waste of time for your realtor or for the broker. Okay, we would have another training for that to discuss each and every pointers here for you to understand what it entails. Okay, now set listing and buyer appointments. Obviously, you are responsible to set the listing and buyer appointments for your agent through prospecting and cold calling. Okay, basically, that is your main responsibility and the end goal. The end goal of everything here is for you to be able to give them as much listing and buyer appointments. Okay, fourth responsibility is to schedule the appointment. So once you've set it up, part of your job, it is part of your job to plot it into your agent's calendar because they are too busy and they would rely on the calendar appointments they have. So once you're done setting it up, the lead agreed to a listing appointment or a buyer appointment, it's your task to submit this information to your agent and actually put it into their calendar. Sometimes your agents would just do it themselves, but in my experience, the agents usually give me their calendar and it's my job to put it there once I have an appointment for them. Okay? It's also your responsibility to follow up and nurture the leads because not everybody would be interested that moment. So you are going to be responsible to call them back, nurture them, and wait for the right timing to set the listing appointment finally. Okay? Um, Basically, you are here to help your agent sell more properties. Or, I forgot to put here, sell more properties and get more buyers to sign with them and help them buy properties. Okay, close deals basically. That's your end goal. Is the reason why you're hired is that you can help them close more deals. Okay? These tasks your realtor are also trained to do. So they know how to do these things, but because of their busy schedule, they would rather assign someone to do the task for them because the realtors have a lot on their plate. They could be showing a house, or they could be assisting a buyer with their loan, or they could be assisting for with inspection and other things. So instead of doing these tasks, they will just assign someone to focus every day, okay, in lead generation. All right. Now let's discuss this real quick. What is a buyer and seller lead? So basically, a buyer lead is a customer that is interested to buy a property, right? These leads usually come from online sources. Typically, a buyer would go online, go to your realtor's website, and browse some properties and ask for more information. Now, you will be notified. Typically, your realtor will notify you once there is a new lead or a new buyer lead. It's your responsibility to call them, email them, and basically ask a few more questions to ensure that They would be a right fit for your realtor and eventually set a buyer appointment for your agent so your agent can sign them and be their buyer's agent. Right? So basically, a buyer agent would be assisting a buyer lead in looking for properties. They would be the one to help them find a good property for them and basically help them with the transaction and everything. Okay, so that's a buyer lead. Now, the listing lead is someone who is interested to sell a property. Okay, so these leads could also have inquired online, but they they inquire no, but normally they come from your prospecting or cold calling from different lists. Okay, so basically, most of the listing agreements or most of the listing um, appointments come from cold calling different lists. Okay, and if your realtor has a huge fund, they could buy different referral leads like Homelight, Fast Expert, and other online sources to get interested parties to sell the properties. But most of the time, these listing leads come from cold calling different types of lists. Okay, your end goal for this is to have them agree to meet your realtor for a listing presentation. So once your realtor does a listing presentation, he would try and convince the owner to sign with him and to list the property, therefore sell the property in their behalf. Right? Now, prospecting and cold calling, let's talk about that. Okay? So if you are prospecting and cold calling, you will assist in incoming inquiries. Again, leads that usually come up from online sources. So a lead that came from online source would look like, again, if it's a buyer, you would see the types of properties they're looking for, what location they're looking to get a property at, and I'm going to have a different tutorial for that. Now, this is my favorite part, the cold calling part, because that's what I've been doing as a real estate ISA, and I love it. I love being on the phone trying to convince people. So usually your realtor would give you a different types of lists. So the most common one is the expired list. I've already discussed the how to call an expired listing and what are the usual rebuttals for that. Okay. Number two is the FISBO or the for sale by owner. Okay. Just to give you an idea, for each of the category, an expired listing is a list of people that are interested to sell their property. However, they were not successful in doing so. So they have hired a realtor to sell their property, but the property did not get sold. All right. Now, your agent would ask you to call that list because obviously they already hired someone in the past. Okay. And they are more likely to hire another one in the future. Or it could be different, that they don't want to hire any more at all, or not, they don't want to sell the property at all. And that's a responsibility to find out and go through. Right? So that's expired. Now, the second one, for sale by owner, this is a list of people that are interested to sell their property, but they don't want to hire a realtor. That's from the word itself, for sale by owner. So these are homeowners who posted their property. You know that they're actively interested to sell their property. There's a posting, or what do you call that? A sign in the yard that says they want to sell their property, and it's your responsibility to try and convince them to meet with your agent to potentially have a listing agreement. It would be definitely difficult because they literally don't want to hire an agent. But we'll have a different topic for that. Okay, I'm gonna discuss how the scripts and the strategies on how to go through each and every list. Right. A third one is circle prospecting. So circle prospecting is a process wherein you are going to call a list of people who don't want to sell the property at all, right? From someone who wants to sell the property on their own, you are now going to call people who are just not interested in doing any real estate at all. So circle prospecting is the process of calling every home in a certain area to ask and inquire if there are any plans in the near future to sell the property. All right? It is a bit difficult, but compared to expired and for sale by owners, circle prospecting has lesser competition. So basically, there's a certain approach for that. And I'm going to teach you how to do that too. And the fourth one is the just sold. Just sold list is a list of people that are in the same area, okay, where your realtor has sold a certain property, or a certain property have sold recently. It could be by a realtor, by a broker, it could be by someone else. But your goal is to call a number of residences to see if they are interested to sell the property as well, since another property have sold in the area. Okay. The next one is just listed. So these are people in the same area where a property has recently been listed. It could be again by a realtor or by another realtor, another broker, but bottom line, it's in the same area where a property has recently been listed, and you're going to call each and every homeowners in that area to see if they are interested to consider listing the property as well. Almost the same with just sold, right? Next one is the pre-foreclosure. So these are listed properties that are delinquent in paying their monthly mortgage. So there is a way for your realtor to know which properties are these, and you will be given a list of that, and you're going to try and see if they are going to consider selling instead, because it's already a pre-foreclosure. It's a bit difficult because, of course, number one, they might feel insulted, and they are kind of sensitive because of the topic. Okay, and that's why there's a certain approach, or there is a certain script or strategy to go through that, right? It's not always like hitting the phone and being too aggressive. There's a certain tactic for each and every list that you'll be calling. Now, lastly is the probate. Probates are leads that, there's a property owned by another person, but the person died, and therefore they're going through the probate process, and you're going to try and see if they are going to consider selling instead of going through the entire process, right? So there are other lists for cold calling aside from these that are listed here, but I didn't put them. I didn't include them here because I just want to focus on the most common lists that the realtors are going to have you call. So I didn't write anything here because I want it to be simple. Don't worry. I mean, I encourage you to write down everything that I said, but don't worry, because in my next videos, I would focus more on each and every list. Okay. For you to understand it better, we'll talk about the script for each list. We'll talk about the style or the strategy to get appointments out of the lists. I already have an expired listing tutorial. Might as well see that. The next video that I'll be creating would be about for sale by owner. Okay, we're gonna finish every list first before we go through the next topic or the next responsibility of an ISA, because I want you guys to understand it really, okay, in the most basic way I can. So this is it for today, guys. I would not be discussing any more in this video. I'll be uploading the next video soon, because I don't want you to have an information overload. Okay, so watch out for my next video and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And if you are a client and you're looking for a real estate ISA, or maybe not, you're not related to real estate, or you could be an entrepreneur looking for a virtual assistant or an appointment setter or a lead generator or an outbound salesperson, please do inquire and go to our website at telecrewoutsourcing.com, or you could email me at info@telecrewoutsourcing.com. If you are an interested applicant and you want to join my team, visit the website and go to join our team. Again, it's telecrewoutsourcing.com. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. So again, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again in my next one. Have a great day. Bye.